All right, here we go. We have free drafts. I have to record over this because I'm an idiot and did not have my speakers on. But I did want to show one of these Amonkhet drafts because they're free right now. And then in 5 days, I think they give us a free Kaladesh Remastered draft and then a free Ikoria draft. So anyway, picking a cast out here, best card in the pack. It's kind of close between Ifnir Deadlands, which is a desert. Desert's one of the mechanics in this set, along with cycling, exert, and then eternalize and balm. But cast out deals with a lot of problematic. There's a few problematic unkillable cards like the god cards in this set are completely insane and busted. There's stuff like Overwhelming Splendor, which is an enchantment, which is broken, and Cast Out deals with those things. And there's not really a lot of enchantment or other artifact hate here, so it's just kind of a catch-all removal spell that I think is really strong. So we're going to take that over Ifnir Deadlands. I also think white is probably the best color in this set. The power level is quite high. They combine two sets here, Hour of Devastation and Amonkhet. Amonkhet being a very, very aggro set. Hour of Devastation being a very, very slow set. And I think the result with Amonkhet Remastered is you do still get a very fast set because the power level is so high and the 2-drops are so good. But there is some space in there to draft a little bit more mid-range or control-y decks, which is what I like to do. So I don't mind this format. I think it's okay. It's certainly a lot fresher than AFR is right now for me. So happy to get a free draft for sure. Up here, we're going to take Trial of Ambition. I think it's really the only choice besides Fervent Paincaster, which is very strong. And I know White-Red is like probably the best deck in the format, White-Red aggro, but Cast Out is not an aggro card. So wanted to take something that could fit within the theme. Maybe we get some cartouches. Trial of Ambition I do think is the worst of the trials by a fair amount, but with anything, with any trials, if you get a ton of cartouches, you get paid off really well because you can just keep recasting that trial. Here we have Lay Claim, which I do like. I just love control magic effects, but the pick is probably Gravedigger there. That was probably a mispick. I wanted to keep myself open, but I just had this love for control magic effects, and I think they're really good. And Lay Claim controls any permanent, which is kind of neat. It doesn't really come up that much in Amonkhet, but you never know. Here, this pack is pretty shitty. Firebrand Archer's a fine 2-drop. Blue-red is the prowess / non-creature spells deck. So there's a bunch of prowess creatures. You can see Nimbleblade Kenra is another 2-drop right next to it that I'm not a fan of. But Firebrand Archer in this set is actually not bad. Decided to go with Naga Oracle, though. Again, another 4-drop. Not where you want to be, really, in this set, because you do need really good 2-drops to survive. But took a Naga Oracle. It's got a big butt. 4 toughness is very relevant in this format. 4 toughness is kind of the magic number. There's a lot of 3 power things running around. You have Magma Spray, which hits for 2, and then Open Fire is another removal spell in red that deals 3 to any target. So going with Cryptic Serpent here or Spellweaver Eternal. Again, I'm just a sucker for these big dopes. So I took Cryptic Serpent. The pick was still probably the 2-drop there. Spellweaver Eternal's a nice card. Here, taking Splendid Agony. One of the best removal spells in the set. There's a lot of 1 toughness things running around. So you can often get 2-for-1s with that card. And it's instant speed, so you can even use it as a combat trick. So really nice card. Magma Spray, I think, is the top common in this set. Exiling stuff is very relevant in this format, with gods running around as well as any eternalized / embalm creatures which come back from the graveyard. So I think Magma Spray is huge. Here we're thinking we might want to splash for Cast Out, and I could take Magma Spray or Hollow One, so there's just a lot of choices. Bone Picker and Cartouche is actually a very close pick. I think I end up taking that Bone Picker. This is one of the better uncommons in the set. Just a 3/2 Death Touch flyer in this format is massive. 3 power is, a lot of the creatures are just super small. So I think, and also the Death Touch is really relevant in this format as well. Having a Trial, and I think Cartouche of Ambition is the second best Cartouche after the green one. Does make that a tough pick, though. Here, picking up a Cycler, wheeling Fervent Paincaster, which should not happen. You should not wheel that card. With all the 1 toughness things running around, Fervent Paincaster can do straight work. So we're kind of torn here. We didn't see any white, except for a last pick Gustwalker, randomly. Now we open up a black Planeswalker, Liliana. Have not had a chance to play with this card. And another Lay Claim. But we know we want to be black. Our best cards are in black. Splendid Agony, Bone Picker, now Liliana. I think after that, our best cards are probably in white at this point. I think Cast Out plus Gustwalker is better than Cryptic Serpent and Lay Claim and Naga Oracle. Here, it's tough. Baleful Ammit, very strong 3-drop. There's also Oketra's Monument, which can be busted if you're in a very creature-heavy deck. Which a lot of these decks are, but it's really, it mainly shines if you have Trial of Solidarity, which gives you all your creatures +2/+1 in Vigilance, and you can just win out of nowhere with all your little tokens, now hitting for 3. So that's a tough pick. It was probably wrong there. I do like how a Baleful Ammit and Wasteland Scorpion interact, because you can put the counter on the Scorpion and you still have a Death Touch creature, which is going to trade up. And then you get a 4/3 Lifelinker on turn 3. So I think that was a little closer, but I haven't drafted this set in a while, so I'm already seeing my mispicks as I go through this. Another Magma Spray here. Again, I think it's the best common in this set. That or Splendid Agony are probably the top 2 for me. But I think Magma Spray just being 1 mana, so cheap, is just huge. Synchronized Strike, very strong green common, but we're not green. We're still not seeing white, so at this point I'm probably like, shit, what do I do? Another tough pick. The Desert Lands are very important in this set to pick up. Not only do they cycle, but it's a relevant keyword in the set. Deserts. There's a lot of things. I think the best uncommon in the set is Sand Strangler, which is a red card, 3/3 for 4 mana. And then when it ETBs, if you have a desert in play or in your graveyard, it deals 3 damage to any creature. So it's just a really nice Flame Tongue Taboo. And at this point, I'm thinking red seems more open. And of course, we get past this pack, which is Steward of Solidarity, which is the best white uncommon, maybe. You can just exert it to make 1/1 creature tokens with Vigilance, and it's 2/2 for 2 mana, which is fine. And Wrath of God, which is enormous. This set has a ton of sweepers, and so now I'm like, shit, I better get in on this white train. Maybe the past few packs were just bad, didn't have white cards. There's also an Oketra's Avenger here, which is one of white's better 2-drops at common after Gustwalker. So this is just insane to see these white cards here, and now I'm like, okay, I think I have a plan. We're still seeing red, but this is just, we're kind of off the rails. We know we want to play in black because we have Liliana. We're heavily leaning towards white now that we got a Wrath of God. And then Wandering Death is a card I like a 1 of in any deck that has black cards in it, because it's 2 for 1, you can get your creatures. Or you can cycle it if you don't need it. Then there's Merciless Javelineer, the Signpost uncommon for black-red. So it's really, I think, it's a very tough spot to be in for this draft. Get another Desert here, and a Nefcrop Entangler, which is a fine 2-drop. So I think this seat is supposed to be black-red. And we end up forcing black and white for Wrath of God and Cast Out. think I get some more goodies in pack 3, but I forget. The solitary camel's fine if you have deserts. A 3/2 lifelinker is just a fine card. Unfortunately, we took the red desert over the white desert, so we don't have any deserts right now. Exemplar of Strength is a really strong green common, so now we're seeing late green, which is just weird. Don't know what's going on at this point. We didn't see any blue pack 2. Our blue is pretty thin. We have these 2 red deserts that are just looking so awkward right now. Magma Spray's not a card. It's good as it is. You don't want to splash for it. Fervent Paincaster is good as it is. Usually you don't want to splash for that either unless you're super desperate. Now we open up Glorybound Initiate, and there's a Trial of Solidarity in here, which is huge. But we're going to take GBI here, Glorybound Initiate. It's one of the best 2-drops in the set. Just a 4/4 lifelinker that gets in there. So now I think we're pretty well set on trying to go black-white. Here, another fine 2-drop. Again, but they're so important in this set to get on the board early. A black-white in this format is supposed to be the zombie theme, but we haven't seen any of the Signpost uncommons. So we're doing what we can. We got here. The black Bantu's Monument isn't great. I think it's probably best just to take a 2-drop here again. Sifter Worm is amazing, but there's also Oketra's Attendant, which I think we have to take over Desert here, just because we're running low on playables, right? We were waffling around in different colors, and then we see a pick 5 Sand Strangler, which is crazy, but we do have a removal spell. We're also a little short on removal. We only have Splendid Agony and Cast Out right now, so this is the tougher pick. I think the pick is probably going to, it should have been the Dunes, because it's the desert, and we have Solitary Camel. But again, we do need those playables, and I take the interactive spell. It helps us early. Yeah. Now we have Trial of Solidarity, but no cartouches. So we're taking the Sunset Pyramid. I think that's correct here. We are a bit more controlling because we have Wrath of God. We have Liliana, so we do want to stall. That doesn't mean that we completely neglect our 2-drops, but yeah. Here, Gravedigger, great 2-for-1. Really good in this set. We have Bone Picker. We have Glorybound Initiate to get back. We have Oketra's Attendant, which is a fine card to get back. Even Wasteland Scorpions are good to get back because of the Death Touch being relevant. So at this point, it looks like we're going to make playables, but we're cutting it close. Supernatural Stamina is a fine trick in this format. I think we just... We're still debating if we splash red here, but look at the green. Shafet Monitored is a house, a green desert. No one's in green, but we didn't get... It was a really good pickup, that Wasteland Scorpion late there. Maybe we should have been green, but I just didn't see anything that was pulling us into green, you know? We saw good late green. Maybe I just had the blinders on, because we picked up a late Exemplar of Strength, Synchronized Strike, late Sandworm. There was a late Shafet Monitor, a late Desert. There's a ton there. Just gonna get in there. We're getting rid of the splash, I think. No deserts, which makes Solitary Camel kind of a whiff, but yeah. So we wound up short on playables, and that's one of the issues in this format. You need to be able to identify your colors early, so you can get there on playables and get deserts. Deserts are key, and just about every color has desert payoffs. Red with Sand Strangler in particular is a good one, but there's also other stuff that requires deserts. So, and also the fact that they cycle, right, is just a massive bonus. Stuff like Unquenchable Thirst in blue makes you have a desert to get it to do its thing. But yeah, there's also those sack lands, like If Near Deadlands, require you to sack a desert. So there's quite a bit there. Here we open up, or we get a good aggro hand. And we do have a lot of 2-drops. So, I mean, it's typical that we'll have a board presence early. So we're not completely reliant on Wrath of God, but if our opponent does end up going over the top of us, Wrath of God helps us get out of sticky situations. And then we have value cards like Wander in Death, Liliana to help us get back in the game after a board wipe. They're just using the synergy between Compulsory Rest, where you can sack, gain the life, and Bone Picker to get that out a turn early. If Bone Picker only costs 1 black mana if a creature died that turn, which is insane. All right, now I'm seeing the Liliana, and I'm feeling pretty good. I think the correct play here is to cycle, but we'll see if I do it. No, I don't. Also looking for that 5th land. I know I have Wander in Death to get value later. So this gets me my 2nd creature in the yard. Unfortunately, no fucking land. And start to finish, the other mechanic is Aftermath, which is where you can play spells out of your graveyard. It's basically very akin to Flashback, except it's like a double-faced, or a double-sided, not double-sided. It's like a 2-spell card or whatever. But one you play initially, and the other one comes from your graveyard. They're very strong in general. Start to finish being one of the best ones out of common. Sunset Pyramid, that'll draw you land. I think in this, I'm just not used to playing with these cards. I accidentally hit Scry 1 instead of draw, which I should just drew. Because I'm dumb. I hit the wrong button. Clicking too fast. Pitiless Vizier is a tough card to deal with. We top deck like a champ though, and get our answer for it. Also draw into cast out, but still no land. We're stuck on 4 land with a Liliana in play, which is really rough for us right now. Another Pitiless Vizier. We do have cast out for that one, so we do have ways to deal with them, but still no land. Getting upset. There we go. Did it. So the question here is, do I play a 3-drop? Do I play Baleful Ammit? This holds the ground just fine, and I'd rather keep... My opponent's at 8, so I'd rather just keep swinging with the Bone Picker here, I think. Trial of Ambition, showing just how terrible it is right now. Right, because they can just sack that Vizier that and they get a 2-for-1 on me. Kenra Eternal has Afflict 1, which means if our opponent blocks it, it deals them 1 damage still. So I'm thinking I'm just going to win this race, and I feel like they have a cycling card in their hand, and if you cycle a card, Pitiless Vizier gets indestructible. So don't want to do that. If I do this, I have 4 mana left to play with, which means I can cast out. Now I have a 2-drop in Impeccable Timing, so I can cast Trial of Ambition, and then they wouldn't be able to get their value from Pitiless Vizier and hold up Impeccable Timing, and have my Kenra Eternal back to block. So it's tough. Do I kill their Bone Picker? Or cast out on it, I should say, and get them down to 5. I don't think I'm winning this race if I do that. So I think I have to trade and just play the long game, so I kind of switch my methodology here. I have Wander in Death to get my shit back. I have Liliana in hand. Yeah. So I'm just going to cast out that Vizier, shut off their attacks, and then play the long game. I know they're going to cycle something, so I'm hoping to do this to set them back on mana. Right? Because I got to do that now. So, and they only have 4. They just got rid of one of their lands, so they're stuck on 4 lands. And they just had to pitch one. So they do that, and then they still don't get value from their Vizier. What I could have done also is cast Impeccable Timing there. But if I do that and they have another cycling card, then I get crushed. I just get completely beat down. So, didn't want to risk that. Draw plains, now I have some land, and we're in business. So here, I can cast Wander in Death and Baleful Amets. I can do Wander in Death, get back a creature. I could swing with Kenra Eternal, cast Wander in Death, play... Actually, no, I have 7 mana. What am I talking about? I could cast Wander in Death, or swing with Kenra Eternal, trade it off. But that doesn't seem good. Just for a 1/1 token, because they block with Vile Manifestation and token. Yeah, that doesn't seem good. But I could have done that, Wander in Death, then got back Bone Picker, but I think this is probably the better line. And then here, the choice is between, do I make a 2/2, which is good on this board, or do I get back Bone Picker? And I think getting back Bone Picker is correct here. They can sacrifice a creature to kill it. So actually, no, that was a mistake, because now they can kill my Liliana. So they shouldn't sack here. What they should do is wait, cast, finish, sacking Pitiless Vizier. And killing Bone Picker. But instead they play a Spider. So they could have killed Liliana there. Maybe they're going to try to run me out of cards right now? I'm just not sure. I can scry here. It's good. And start making zombies. Problem with Liliana is she puts you on a clock. Right? Because you're milling yourself. I can just mill myself out. I think that is how I lose a game in this run. And this board is pretty tough. Obelisk Spider has reach. So that it can block at least once on the Bone Picker there. Of course, Bone Picker has Death Touch, but just trying to outvalue him here. Keep swinging with Bone Picker, and then eventually we'll have to trade off Obelisk Spider for it. And actually, it still wouldn't trade. It would just shrink it down to a 2/1. But they also have Fanbearer, well, which can just tap down Bone Picker. So this board is getting very, very stalled. What what we do know is that they're 18. They've drawn. I have no idea how many cards they've drawn. They've drawn 4 fucking lands. So they have a handful of spells. They have 5 spells. We still have 3, and we have value. I think we have a better board state than they do because of Baleful Ammit. Glorybound Initiate beats their board. Bone Picker, of course. Well, we had that. But I can get it back with Liliana now. So eventually I think I can outvalue them before I die to decking myself. Did I forget to scry? I might have forgotten to scry there too. At this point, I don't really care about these creatures. This does trade. Obelisk Spider does trade for GBI here. But again, not a big deal. Because I can get it back with Liliana, and then I get their Spider out of the way. That's a problem. Them having the perfect card right there is a problem. Jeru's Resolve is playable. It is a playable card. But them just having that while being stuck on 4 mana and having perk mana is kind of tilting. So they just eat my Glorybound Initiate. I'm still ahead because I have Liliana. Then I just gained a bunch of life. I just gained 8 life. So that's good. I mill my fucking Wrath of God. That tilts me as well. I knew it. Because I really wanted that Wrath. Because I can see this board state turning against me. Quickly. At this point. Because we know they're on all spells. After 20 cards deep, they finally draw their 5th land. And now they get Nest of Scarabs. So now we might be losing here. Because that every time that they put a 1/1 count, -1/-1 counter on my creature, they are going to get 1/1s themselves. So we are losing. So I'm going to get Bone Picker back here. Or I think that's what I should be doing. Impeccable Timing is so bad against Obelisk Spider. I do have a couple 4/4s, though. And Fanbearer for them, because they're so choked on mana, isn't doing a whole lot. Impeccable Timing is going to blow them out if they double block. But I think they're setting up to go Vile Manifestation and Gustwalker, and then I get to blow them out with Impeccable Timing. Get 2 for 1. They're in the tank. They gotta know I have a trick here, right? Maybe they think I'm just, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing to think of. Oh, wow. That would have been a weird block, too. Them getting rid of their Obelisk Spider, I don't think is good. Let them do it. They're tapped out. We're not worried. We just get the blowout here. The 2 for 1. And bring them down to 2. And then we can get our Bone Picker back. Now, they can block Bone Picker with Obelisk Spider. But look at the board, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lethal creatures, and if they block Kenra Eternal, they take 1 damage, right? So that makes the zombie 1/1 lethal 2. So essentially 6 lethal creatures on the board. The Trial of Ambition there, I think, wasn't a terrible idea because it prevents them from gaining 2 life, which makes this attack lethal here. I do think about it for a bit, though, I believe. How many fucking lands in a row? What the fuck? How many fucking lands? Oh my god. I'm tilted by that, clearly. Cool. See myself freaking out over a video game. That's always good. And I know, like, if I were to plus Liliana there, I would get 2 non-land. I would get 2 spells. I just know it. I mean, it was 3 land in a row at least, but I think I was also drawing land the past few turns. We got there, though. We got there. That was lethal. They were out of mana. They were tapped. They got 5 land, and we had, what? I don't even know how many. 13? 13 land? 14, 15? We might have had 15 land, because we had a couple in the yard, too. I think we had 10 in play and 3 on the bottom. So I think we had 15 land to their 5. Yeah. Another find aggro hand. We'll see if Trial of Ambition can do anything. Without cartouches, a lot of cartouches, Trial of Ambition is so bad. Just because there's so many ways to make tokens in this set. Here, looking good, because we're going to 2-for-1 them, sort of, with Cast Out. Unfortunately, Splendid Agony isn't going to do any good, and then because Cartouche makes a 1-1, Trial of Ambition looks sorry as fuck. Also, there's an off chance they cast another Cartouche on it, and I can get more value, so I'm going to wait till they go to attacks. There's nothing that can stop this Cast Out right now, so. Again, another misplay there. Let them go to attacks first, which allowed them to deal an extra damage. It's not used to this set, making misplays. Stuck on 4 land again, but Splendid Agony is actually really fucking good here. Should have done that a different way, I think, to not allow them to get the point of lifelink damage in. They can embalm. Sacred Cat has embalm on it for like 1 white mana, I think. So they can just get it back, though. So I didn't want to give them that value. And that would give them a second 1-1 on the board, so they could trade with my Wasteland Scorpion or something. Silly. I need the second Plains, so I, of course, drew a fucking. Here, I'm also happy to trade the Aven for my Gustwalker or Wasteland Scorpion. I know I'm going to be playing another Gustwalker anyway. And now I could play Trial as well. Again, it's terrible in this situation. They lose a 1-1 that they can just get back. With them being at 7 and stuck on 3 mana, I think it's a good idea, though. Yeah, they agree. They're done. All right, on to the next match. I think we had two very one grindy game and then one very fast game, both where we were stuck on 4 mana. So, yeah. Another fine hand. And again, seeing the worst card in our deck show up, Trial of Ambition. Not great. I guess I think it's even worse than Solitary Camel in our deck without deserts. So now we're looking to be a little flooded, which is mana problems continue. Again, Trial of Ambition is fucking horrible against Doom Dissenter, which people want to die anyway because it dies into a 2/2 zombie. Yikes. So bad. I drew a 2-drop, turn too late, but I can trade it for Scorpion or Dissenter here and get free value. Sometimes people will just run a Dissenter into it and get their 2/2, which I don't think is a great idea, but I mean, I'll take the trade. I don't care. Also, it's a good target for stuff that puts -1/-1 counters on things, like Baleful Ammit. Get your 2/2. Here I think I'm just taking the Dissenter. No? Okay. Bone Picker. Now they can double spell here as well, but I have Splendid Agony that I'm going to use next turn. Them cycling is a really good sign for me. Oh, no. I'm going to go grab my my 2/2 back. Okay. That's fine. I guess I can take 3. I'm at 18. I don't need to rush. Gravedigger is a more mana efficient play. Also, I can play a Swamp and then double spell. I can cast Oketra's Attendant next turn. Or I could do Splendid Agony plus Kenra Eternal or something. Or now I could do Compulsory Rest. Here, I'm happy to trade an Oketra's Attendant for a Bone Picker. Because Oketra's Attendant has Embalm or whatever, and I just get it back. So, super happy about that trade. And we are way up on cards. So this game is looking quite good for us. They have 6 land, no cards in hand. We have 5 land, 5 cards in hand. 4 of them being removal spells. So, pretty good here. I could have just eaten the zombie. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was really dumb. I think it was I just wanted to avoid damage. But I don't know why. I'm at 15. Could have just eaten their zombie. Maybe I just knew I had so much more value and I'm happy with trading. Because I do have a better late game here, but like in blue-black, I don't think I should be trying to play the late game. I think I should be trying to press my advantage while they're out of cards here. Because blue-black has like the Locust God or whatever, their Scarab God, whatever the blue-black one is, that just automatically wins the game when you play it. For 5 mana. So, usually when you see blue-black, you got to be afraid of those bombs. There's also that big 5/4 dragon in blue-black. That's just a crazy, ridiculous bomb. Now I think I want to start beating down with the 3/3. Maybe it was a good idea not to leave Bone Picker alive. I don't know. I could have traded Gravedigger for Wasteland Scorpion there, though, which would have been so much better. Now is fine to play Trial of Ambition. I don't think it's going to get much better. I'm happy if they attack with the Wasteland Scorpion to trade it for Kenra Eternal. So yeah, I don't care what they sack here. Seeker of Insights is... They're clearly going to sack that, right? One of those. But the reason Seeker of Insight is bad is because when you're out of cards and you draw a land, you can't activate the ability. Right? You have to cast a non-creature spell in order to activate the ability. And so if you're drawing off the top, which is when looters are at their best, because you can draw a card and then pitch whatever land if you draw a spell that isn't relevant. So if you're drawing off the top, you get a non-creature spell, you have to cast it, and then you don't have any cards in your hand. So it's awkward. You're just getting rid of... Could compulsory rest, but I'm trying to set up a 2-for-1 with impeccable timing. See if they bite. And I can just play Bone Picker, and now I have mana. A 2-turn clock. Pretty good. A couple of irrelevant creatures on the board. Me at 17. That card doesn't do anything. I guess it's a non-creature, but see, this is the problem with Seeker of Insight. They drew that, and then they had no cards in hand, so Seeker of Insight, they're just going to pitch whatever they draw. Do anything. Now I draw more value here, though I just don't have any cards in the yard, so just swing with the team. Yeah, deal 8. I'm fine with dealing 8. Put some dead next turn. I have 2 creatures that kill them next turn. 2 removal spells in hand. And a Wander in Death for value or cycling. I probably should have cycled that Wander in Death at the end of their turn. I don't know. But yeah, here. They got nothing. There's nothing for 4 mana that can do anything. And there's definitely nothing for 2 mana that can win them this. Well, actually, I don't know if there's a sweeper for 4 mana in black. There's Rags to Riches. I'm not sure how much Rags cost, which gives all creatures -2/-2. But even that didn't save them because it doesn't kill Catcher's Attendant. Man, I forgot so much about this set. I haven't played in a while. Just because Adventures in the Forgotten Realms got boring really quick. And blue is terrible in AFR, so you're really only playing with 4 colors. And black-red Rakdos is so strong in AFR that it's like that's half the decks that you run into, and it just gets real stale, I think, doing that. Good news is, in a month, there's another set coming out. So, once we get a new set, hopefully, Innistrad, the werewolf one is good. This is a sketchy keep, but we have a 2-drop, 1 land, and we have 3 drops. We can also cycle, which I'm probably going to do here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get fucked on mana, aren't we? Yep, we're getting fucked on mana here. Things were going too well, so the game had to fuck us. Into rare. Yeah, things are looking really bad. Fanbearer in an aggro deck is not something I generally agree with, but there we go. It was a mistake, I think, to swing there. Not sure. I know I wanted to play Glorybound Initiate first, before the Scorpion, just to try to get in for 4 lifelink. Oh shit. Okay. That's a problem. So now I don't have a way to deal with that Earthshaker Kenra. Clearly not blocking here. I'm going to swing for 4 lifelink on the Crackback. So. And then Wasteland Scorpion will hopefully trade for that Nefcrop Entangler. And then Kenra Eternal will we'll be able to hold back the Fanbear and the 1/1 Vigilance. But if they have removal to blow up the Wasteland Scorpion, we're in deep, deep shit. Sunset Pyramid's good for me. Another Fanbear. Now they can swing for 3/2 first strike. I don't think they see this block because I'm just going to double block. This is a super easy double block for me if they do this. I clearly want them to make this play. I mean, the game still doesn't look good for me. They're at 3 lands with perfect cards. Yeah. Other than the 2 Fanbears, which are kind of shitty here, but yeah, we'll just trade that off. But as soon as they start drawing lands, we're screwed because we're flooded. Oh shit, that's a pretty good draw actually. I'm still so behind on this board. I'm not sure what's correct there. I think my thought process was no. My thought process was wrong. I was supposed to play Liliana, make a zombie, and don't swing with anything. Because then I have 2 blockers. Yeah. Here I just want to kill their Fanbears, even though their Fanbears are kind of useless. Oh. Yeah, that was a definite misplay. That was a definite misplay. So if they have a way to deal with Glory Bound and shit, they do have Magma Spray here, which would have been trouble, but Liliana has a ton of loyalty, so wouldn't be too bad. Swinging for 4 lifelink. And now, just go ahead and make it 2/2. I think they're probably going to end up killing my Liliana here this turn. Or I could bring it back a 4/4. Pretty good on this board. Might have been smarter to bring back a 4/4 because now they can exert and have Crop Entangler. Okay. So you get a 2/3. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure I misplay with this Liliana. I'm just not thinking about it right. I don't know if I win this game. I don't deserve to win this game. Yeah, and then they'll exert to deal it 3 loyalty damage. Which they wouldn't have been able to do because I could have just blocked with 4/4. Now the Kenra Scrapper is going to take it out. Silly. Yeah, because they can just tap down a zombie with Fanbear, exert the Kenra Scrapper, kill Liliana. So that was poor play on my side. So I should have just minus it. I did get 2 lands out of the way, which I'm pretty happy about. But I got up my... Oh, this is the worst. Literal perfect card there. Yeah. And now they don't even need to... Well, yeah, they do need to exert. Literally the perfect draw there. Perfect card. I do get to swing for 4 more lifelink damage next turn, which is good. Probably swing with a 2/2 as well. I would happily trade it for a Fanbearer. Compulsory rest. I feel like I've already misplayed this game. Then I just hold on to Compulsory Rest, I'm pretty sure. I'm getting flooded. My opponent's on all spells, so they're ahead on board. We do, of course, have a massive life lead, but doesn't really mean anything. As soon as they get to 6 mana, that Kenra's going to kill me. And they're probably going to get their next turn, and they have a handful of spells. It's really bad. Yeah. Haste 3-2. Another Entangler, and things are looking pretty shit. So I think my out right now is draw Wrath of God, but that's not going to happen. Probably just be more land. Yep. Yep. Yeah, we're dead. They have another spell in hand. Plus, their Eternalized rare. So, yeah, we are done. We are done. I can crack back. Yeah, there's just no way. Just no way we can win this year. They're doing math. No, they're just going out. I'm at 3 and I'm dead. Too late. Too late. But they did exert everything. Just weird. I don't think they should have exerted everything there. So I need yeah, Gustwalker here because it has evasion. It's my only chance is they fuck up. So I was able to play 2 creatures. I top decked Gravedigger, which I think was one of my only outs. Okay, I remember this game. Yeah, they do fuck up. So, of course, they're going to draw the perfect land here. And if they do this right, so what they're supposed to do is swing with Tawkrop Elite, exert it, and then swing with the team. Because their 4/4 would then force me to chump with Gustwalker, and then I wouldn't, because their 1/1 token has Vigilance, I wouldn't be able to deal lethal next turn. But they didn't exert their Tawkrop Elite, and they didn't swing with the 1/1. So I did end up top decking my Splendid Agony, but yeah, they fucked it up. That sucks. So I would have won that game anyway. Right? Yes. Yes, I would have won that game anyway. I would have had to chump the 4/4. I top deck Splendid Agony. I swing. I kill the 1/1 Vigilance with Splendid Agony, and then I swing with Gravedigger and win. So I did top deck and out, but they goofed up. So that was lucky. That was really lucky. Fine hand. 2 black, 2 white mana. We have Wrath of God and Liliana. So we do have use for double pips on both sides of the equation. And it catches a 10. There's the Wrath. And now we are in control mode. We do have some cards that kind of hold the ground here as well. I wonder if I end up cycling. Probably not. Probably just want to cast that. If I cast Wasteland Scorpion, it forces them to exert next turn to get in. Because I'd happily just trade. I think my thought process is cast Wasteland Scorpion. If they offer the trade, fine. If they don't, I cast Baleful. I swing for 2, then I cast Baleful Amulet, make it a 1/1 Death Toucher, depending on the board state. Or else I just make a 4/3 Baleful Amulet next turn, unless they kill Scorpion. So yeah, I should swing for 2 first. I don't think I should play Bone Picker here, even though it's more mana efficient. I don't think I should do it, because it still trades for Dauntless Haven. And then this thing just kills Dauntless Haven. So now they have to deal with Baleful Lament. Splendid Agony doesn't do it. They can Compulsory Rest, Desert's Hold. There's tons of shit they can do, but... Well, not tons of shit, but... Forgot about that, but still, doesn't matter. They do get to untap their stupid Gustwalker, but... It sucks for me. Vizier of Remedies. I can trade for both, which I'm happy to do. Of course, they have Compulsory Rest, though. They're always going to have that there. So now I'm debating if I should play Wrath of God and get a 4 for 2 or 4 for 3, I guess. So I trade up, but Oketra's Attendant is very good against them. But it would trade for Gustwalker Exerted. But I think I'd be fine with that trade if they exert, because I can still get it back, and I can then just Wrath of God the next turn and still be up cards on them. Also, if they use removal on it, I'm totally fine. Trying to play the long game. Here, this is really, really bad. Really fucking bad. So now I have to trade off, and I have to use Wrath. So the reason I'm blocking Dauntless Haven and taking an extra point of damage, because I'm hoping they have another 2-drop to play. If I just chump Gustwalker, it makes it obvious I have a Wrath in my hand. So I'd rather take a damage and hope they have another 2-drop. They have a 1-drop. With Embalm, but, you know, not great, but whatever. Now, if I tap right, I think I do, I can play Wrath. At this point, they have to know I have a Wrath of God, or a Wrath effect, so I tap, I Wrath, and then I can play Bone Picker because a bunch of shit goes to the yard. And I'm up, way up on cards. And I have Oketra's Attendant, so I'm up now in the game. Better card quality, better cards. Bone Slasher I don't care about. I might, because I'm at 10 life, though. Kind of shitty. Here I think I do misplay. Because I should be attacking with Bone Picker. Maybe not. I think I'd play Gustwalker and keep up Cast Out. I think the play is swing with Bone Picker, play Oketra's Attendant, trade it off for Bone Slasher. We'll see what I do. I think that's correct. It might even be correct to take the 3 from the Bone Slasher. Because then I can just start cracking back for 6, and I think I win that race, so. Impeccable timing makes me feel pretty good here. I also have Cast Out left up. Trying to play the long game now. So this is really bad. We know our opponents are allowed to have perfect cards always. So here's what they can do. They cast Cartouche, they'll have the perfect one. Then they can recast Trial of Solidarity, which makes me very happy. I left out Cast Out, because that's going to win me the fucking game. Yep. They had actual perfect cards. Actual perfect. Right there. Incredible. They can still kill Bone Picker if they want, but it's probably better for them just to chill. Because now I can just attack for free with Gustwalker. Of course, we're going to get flooded to lose. Opponent's on 5 lands. We're now on 7. So I think we played correctly. Our opponent just was allowed to draw perfectly, draw spells, and we were not allowed to draw spells. I think is how this one ends up. Yep, another land. And I know it's going to be another land here. Yep. Perfect card there. Yep, more perfect cards. Another land, as we knew. As we knew it would be. I don't think I exert there. Yeah, I'd take that trade. So despite playing well, our opponent was allowed to win, and we were forced to lose. We didn't have a choice here. We didn't have a choice here. They were on 6 lands, we were on 9. Maybe it was probably correct to cycle Wasteland Scorpion. They're just going to draw perfect anyway. So I'd have to trade for the 1/1, but they can't swing out. Yeah, it's another land, as we knew it would be. We knew it would be. So I swing with Gustwalker, exert, and then they have to chump with Tawcrop Elite, and then I also have to swing. If I swing with Wasteland Scorpion, then they would take the 1. They have to. They couldn't trade with the Scorpion. So this is the. I think this is the proper attack here. And then they top deck a win, I'm pretty sure, for Xaxes, right? Because we draw 10 land, they draw 6. Yep, we'll have a zombie. So they'll top deck a zombie here, right? No. Deserts hold. Now they gain 3. Okay, yeah, that's how it ends. We're going to draw land here again. Yeah, that's 11. 11 land. They have 18. They've drawn, so they've drawn 22 cards. They've drawn 7 land. We've drawn 12 in 20 cards, I think. And now, yeah, any zombie, they just get us. Yep. I was so pissed. I was so tilted. Yeah. Oh my god. They drew 7 lands and 23 cards. We drew 12 and 21. 12 and 21. So they were plus 5 spells. Plus 5 spells with Xaxes. Yep, no choices there. That is, yeah, that ticks me off because you play well and the game just fucks you. And it wasn't like we had those lands at the beginning of the game. It was of our last 7 draws, 8 draws, 6 or 7 were lands. We had 1 spell in 7 or 8 draw steps there, right? We drew Wasteland Scorpion and land. That's it. Probably last 6 turns was Wasteland Scorpion and land. Literally, that is it. That's it. That's all we drew. That's everything. That's literally fucking everything. Here, correct play is Trial of Ambition into Bone Picker. We'll see if I fucking see it. I don't even know if I do. That's not. That's stupid. I'm tilted and I'm playing poorly. Yep. This is my own damn fault for being tilted. Dumb. They exerted, which I don't think was good. Theirs has lifelink, mine doesn't. Now we have Liliana in a okay board state, but they're off it. They are off it. All right, so that's good. It still was tilted, misplayed. Should have played Trial into Bone Picker there instead of the stupid camel. 12 lands and 21 cards. Opponent on 7 in 23. Right? No, so we were down 6 spells. 6 spells. So tilted. But I mean, I know that's the game. But when does that happen to our opponents that week? I don't know. Maybe our opponent was that game. They conceded and they had 4 lands in play. Like, they had 6 cards in hand. They shouldn't have conceded there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think that was a mistake to cycle because now we're going to get flooded again. God. Yeah. Twice in a row. So we've had 2 games. Our first 2 games, we were stuck on 4 mana. Past 2 games now, we've gotten flooded. So that's cool. We also got gifted a game by an opponent forgetting to exert. Although we would have top decked a win for that one. So yeah. I don't ever see our opponents flooding out or getting screwed on mana. I really don't see it. Maybe it happened. Did it happen in this run? I don't know. Another land. This in theory stops the 1/3, but any non-creature spell and it pumps it, so not really. They could have Cartouche here. Crash through. Ridiculous. I'm thinking about it. But I mean, because I have Sunset Pyramid, but look at my hand. I got nothing. What am I got nothing. My opponent we know has 6 spells. We're already down 5 spells against our opponent because all we'll draw is land. Yeah. Okay, now this is fine. We have a target in more fucking land. But now we can at least draw a card and then figure out what we're gonna do. Cast out's good. So now we're on 8 land and 1, 2, 3, 4 spells. So I think this is correct here, and because we can cast out on Kentner Scrapper. Because it's just a card I don't want to fucking deal with. Splendid Agony doing work there. And then we can hopefully just draw through the fucking flood. More land. So I screwed up here. I screwed up really bad. I didn't know that Zealot of the God Pharaoh could hit Planeswalkers, but it can. So, not good. Definitely should have cast out on the Zealot. Because we're at 7 here. I think we do still end up grinding this game out somehow, but yeah. And now they have a bunch of fatties, so this is tough. That's an amazing draw. That's absolutely incredible. We don't have enough mana to play both, though. So, Baleful Ammit. Put the counter on the Bone Picker. That gives me a 4/3 lifelinker that can trade. I also, of course, the Death Toucher is going to trade off for something bigger than it, too. But now they can just start hitting me for 2, but the Baleful Ammit hopefully draws me out of that. And then I can draw a Wander in Death or Liliana to get the Ammit back. I also have Hollow One, so 4 points of power is super relevant on this board, of course. Them not swinging with the Zealot's huge. We'll gain our 4. I should have been scrying there. More fucking land. Oh, they're going to start facing me for 2 with that damn thing. How many land are we at? Our opponent's on 5, 6, 7. We are on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're down 3 spells. I mean, we have drawn through extra cards with Sunset Pyramid, but here I think they're just going to try to trade off their 2/1. So it has Eternalize. It's going to, it's going to get me no matter what. If this is a land, Camel doesn't do anything here, right? Yeah. Oh my god. It's 11 land that we've seen. Liliana. So this is where I fuck up, right? Because I'm going to use Liliana to get back Baleful Ammit and put a -1/-1 counter on the Gustwalker. So I'm going to swing for 3, I think, exert it, get it in there. But then Liliana's going to die. I do get my Ammit back as a 4/3, and that's, obviously huge. But I think... No, I think it was correct still to get the Ammit back. I think the Ammit was more important here. So if I +1 it, I guess I could get the Ammit back next turn still. Because she would get to 6 loyalty, down to 4. No, then I couldn't, because then she would go down to 2 on their turn. Yeah, so I think it was actually correct to do. I did it in the wrong order, though. Yeah, I want to attack with that Gustwalker first. Yep. Any damn it back. Put the counter on the Gustwalker. They can go ahead and kill Liliana. But I think that was correct to do. Because now I have 4 more lifelink. Trades for their shit. It blanks that Kenra Eternal. Right? It doesn't blank it, but you know. They can make it unable to block, but it's not going to do anything. Right? Because they can't kill me this turn. I have Bone Picker to trade. I have Hollow 1 to trade. So it's fine. What? Yeah, they don't want to attack there. Oh, they have Magma Spray. That's what's going on here. Because Magma Spray gives that +1/+1 due to prowess, and then that finishes off the Baleful Lament. I still gain 4. You know. And we'll see what I draw. If I draw a creature, then I can swing with both. 12 land, by the way. That's a pretty sick draw. Oh, I am going in. Looking for 8. I'm not anticipating they have exactly Magma Spray for 1 mana, but of course they're going to. Yep. Now they can fucking dunk on me. But they are to dunk on me. I have 9 damage potentially next turn. And they don't swing. I think it might have been correct for them to swing there and deal me 7, but who knows. Definitely want that Wandering Death. And get back a couple creatures, get back a Bone Picker. Probably just swing out here. And then I get back my 2 creatures. Hoping I trade at least one thing. Oh no, leaving back Gustwalker is correct. I think that is correct. Just in case. I have shit. So that 8 points of life gain from the Baleful Ammit is very good. I can't play both, so this is a mistake from me. I should have played Bone Picker, because that technically would give me lethal next turn. Right? With Exerted Gustwalker, Oketra's Attendant, and Bone Picker dealing exact damage. Or no, I get an extra 1 extra. I deal 8 to their 7 life. So that was a mistake. But I wanted to spend mana efficiently. But looks like they almost had fucking lethal. They top decked the perfect card. I go to 4. I didn't have a blocker there. I take double damage, so that is lethal. If I don't leave Gustwalker back, I lose that game. I lose that game without Gustwalker. Now I think I'm just turtling up here, which I don't know. That's a mistake. And we're fighting through it. Gustwalker, another lethal evasive threat. So potentially lethal. A little 1 here. Got there. Somehow we got there. Fought through a lot. And then they had open fire to get us to 1. So that's That's pretty fucking crazy. That's pretty damn crazy. What a grindy game. I think we wound up playing well in spite of ourselves. In spite of misplaying. It actually ended up working.
On the other hand, well, that seems to be all too common.
Fine hand. 2-drop, 3-drop. Got a value card. Got a lot of value, a couple value cards in Sunset Pyramid and Wandering Death. Another 2-drop. Would definitely rather trade Eternal for Exemplar of Strength, although I don't think it's going to happen. Even the fact that they're swinging with it makes me think they have something here. Oh. Now I have no idea what I'm going to do about that creature. Becomes a 4/4, but we luckily top deck one of our 3 Wasteland Scorpions. Cartouche of Zeal. Literal, yeah. I mean, these are perfect cards, perfect draws. And you can't beat that. You cannot beat literal perfect here. So I think the plan is cast Baleful Amit, put a -1/-1 counter on the Scorpion. I could cast another Scorpion, but didn't get her 4th land. Have something perfect here, I imagine. Great Maw. That's crazy. Easy trade for me. Although, no, it's not. Because the Scorpion trades for Great Maw. Although, and then I gain 4 life, so that must have been what I was thinking. So here I can play. I still have my Death Toucher, so I correctly, I think, play the 2 spells. More mana efficient. Just trying to hold on. Just trying to hold on. I'm fine with that. Happy for this trade, too. And now I can play another Wasteland Scorpion. So at this point, I think things aren't so bad. I can cast my Death Touch creature, draw a card. And land 6 so I can cast Wandering Death plus Baleful Amit next turn. Or whatever. Another Wasteland Scorpion. Trade this thing off. Just, yeah, too much fucking perfect. Too many perfect cards, man. Just literally just crazy perfect here. So plan is now Wandering Death plus Baleful Amit to try to trade for the stupid proc, right? Maybe it was correct on some level to play Scorpion, but I think I need the 3 points of life. I don't know. Like, I'm trading Scorpion for that anyway, if they swing. And then, so I'd still just have a 3/2 Baleful Amit. I don't know. I think it's correct. Yeah. More value, another rare. They get to draw 2, and Not looking good. We have 7 mana here. The correct play is, I think, Wasteland Scorpion plus Pyramid. Or draw a card first, then play the Scorpion, I think is correct here. More land. Opponents are perfectly at 5. We're at 9. So they drew perfect here. We did not. Despite us getting value, despite us fighting really hard and playing, I think, optimally. We're just there's no way we're gonna be perfect. Going all in. Seems insane to me. Oh, do they have a way to deal me lethal? Yeah. 4. Yeah. Now we're just dead. We are dead now. Yeah. And more land. Yeah. That's 5, 8, 9, 10, 11 land. In what? 5, 6, 7 spells. 11 land. 7 spells. Thoughts are, hey, if I can trade with the 2/2, I can go to 1. But as we know, opponent's going to draw perfect. Literal perfect draw. We got flooded out again. So both losses here were to massive floods. With opponents drawing perfect every game we've played so far. Yep. And you just have perfect. No? What? So I bring back... Oh, yeah. This is a top deck perfect card right here. Yeah. There's nothing I can do. I remember now. I remember. So they have the 3/2 that makes it so you can't block. Yeah. Splendid Agony. 1 turn away. 1 turn away. I would have kept Impeccable Timing, so I don't think I misplayed there. I don't know if I could have even scryed. No. A literal perfect off the top, over and over and over and over again. We got flooded out. Still almost brought that back, despite opponent just getting perfect cards. And us getting flooded again. Again. Yeah. I'm tilted. And I play terrible. So we'll see if we can win this last one. Yep, there goes freak the fuck out. Oh man, this game tilts me so bad. Alright, this is final boss though. I think we're 6-2 right now. Fine Hand, Wrath of God. We'll see if Trial of Ambition is anything more than useless. It's been useless this entire run. And I think it's just a bad card. It's just a bad card unless you have like 3+ cartouches maybe. Just bad. There's just too many little tokens and shit. I wonder if it's correct just to kill their 2/2. Maybe not, because I do have Wrath. Right. And then also I didn't draw my 4th land, so I might need to that. So I was really scared of this card. Anytime someone plays that, I'm like, oh shit, if they have God Pharaoh's Gift or whatever that card summons, I'm just dead. So I didn't even want to trade for shit. Here we are. And trades do help Trial of Ambition. You know. Blighted Bat. Okay. Don't know if this is the correct play. I maybe I should have just played Trial there. But then I could have played Trial and drew a card. Lord of the Accursed is a problem. Now I can play a 2-drop and draw a card, but this is just... Now it's just turned into an awkward hand. So I think the correct thing to do is draw and then play Trial. I still need another fucking land. Thank God. Now I'm stupid, so I might want to be mana efficient, but the answer is not to be mana efficient here. It's just to play Trial. Usually people would sack their bat here. I don't think our opponent does. I think they sack the Lord, which I think is a mistake. Yeah. They must. So that must mean then they have a way to get it back, right? They have Wandering Death in hand. Wreck me. I do have a Wrath. They extend. Dissenter's Deliverance would have gotten Sunset Pyramid. That's crazy. That is crazy. They should have killed my Sunset Pyramid, I think. Disposal Mummy. Okay. I mean, these creatures aren't... I don't really care about these. I think I have 6 mana here, so I can play 2 Wasteland Scorpions, or I can play Hollow One, and draw a card and play a Wasteland Scorpion, so... Yeah. Not sure. I think I end up playing... Scorpion? I think the correct thing to do is probably play the 4/4. Is correct. Yeah, okay. So I wound up doing the right thing there. Then next turn, if I draw a land, I can do Wasteland Scorpion, Eternal, and draw a card. This card, it confused the hell out of me. I thought it was prevents 1 damage to any source an opponent controls to a creature or you. But it only affects you. That card's just really bad. Now I can play a Scorpion in my GBI here. I think my opponent thought they were going to get there with Blighted Bat. They just start top decking fatties here too. Getting more value. Wasteland Scorpions. I wonder what they're splashing. Yeah, this deck is just bad, right? I mean, they're splashing black here, it appears, for Blighted Bat and Lord of the Accursed. Or are they splashing green for Cultivator and Sharpshooter? It doesn't make any sense. White, they have Disposal Mummy, so I don't know what's going on with this deck. I'm just going in. Damn. We have Scorpion and Kenra Eternal to back us up. Oh, I think I'm just gonna... my plan here is to... Wrath. That's a mistake, right? It's a huge mistake. What am I doing? I think that's because I was misunderstanding how protection of the whatever works. Oh, also, they were top decking, and we had 4 cards in hand. So there was that, too. That makes sense. Okay. Now I kind of get what I was doing. Now, do I realize that it's how the fucking card works? I think the play is... Yeah. Amit and then the 2/2. Yep. This way both my attackers get in. I have impeccable timing to kill whatever they play in another drawn land. Which they shouldn't be playing. They shouldn't be playing land. In case their creature dies here, then they can draw a discard effectively. Just run out a bunch of shit. Did we not scry during upkeep? Or do we not have mana for it? We didn't have mana. No, of course we would have mana during upkeep. What the fuck am I talking about? Stupid. Okay. Or did we scry last turn and knew what we were drawing? I don't know. More fucking land. That is 8, 10. 10 land and 20 cards. 11 land and 20 cards. And 21 cards. Something like that. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking land. Opponent's on 7. I don't know. I think I'm tilted, and that's why I did that. It's a mistake. They drew a land, okay. And then they scoop. That's it. Wow. Oof. Another game of flooding. That was stressful. Even rewatching it. I'm glad my speakers weren't fucking working. Or it wasn't, my mic was fucked. No. Alright, well, shit. We did it. Somehow we got there. Off the free draft.